Hey guys, it's me, Jan, the CEO of Acquire.Fi. I want to give you some update what's going on in the markets, what's going on with Acquire, and then just go through some interesting posts that I found in Twitter. But yeah, let's start with BTC, our God, our Lord and Savior. Anyway, first of all, I made a video 2.5 weeks ago, and I was saying to you guys that hey, we have two possibilities here. We either go up or we either go down. Now it's been happening quite a lot since then. We had the war in Israel and in Palestine, which is still going on. But as you guys can see, the market doesn't really, the market isn't really shaky anymore about that. And we're seeing some new ETFs flows that I'm going to show you later. But anyway, like the biggest question now is like, what's going to happen next? So I think we're still consolidating. I think we're still trying to get this liquidity here done. We just broke the short-term resistance, and I think we're going to be testing out here for a while. And this is how I would play it. I think we're still going to be like something like this. And I'm still going to show you guys also what I found on Twitter and my take on basically saying like, hey, sell in May and come back in August or in September. But yeah, from my point of view, if you look at the daily, we're still going to be consolidating here for a while. And I'm not gonna, to be honest, I don't think we're gonna see, we're gonna be like something like this for a while. I don't see us going like this at the moment, despite the halving is here. Usually there's 60 to 90 days before we see any reason of going up. So that would be around August. So before that, I think the play will be like something like this. Like we're going to be consolidating between 70 and let's say 57 and so forth. But in August, I think we will start deploying and people will actually start again coming to the market. What I see, at least from VCs every year, is that in June and May, people are starting to be a little bit more careful how they spend their money, and they're usually in their summer holidays, which I think will happen. And if you come here, this is pretty interesting. This is the Bitcoin ETF flows. This is from Farside Investors, so they're tracking the Bitcoin ETF flows. And I showed this graph before, but as you guys can see, we had a very red month. Like almost every day, the total amount of BTC was always on the sell side. So there was more outflows than inflows. We had some inflow days, but during this time, there was a lot of outflows and we saw a lot of selling happening. But now, lately in May, and especially what makes this a little bit more crazier is that we saw actually Grayscale finally buying some BTC. This is their first buying in their whole time they had the ETF, which is kind of astonishing. That could be quite bullish signal. And if we go back here to the BTC graph, this is my only reasoning that this would happen. But the risk reward here is not enough for me to put myself in the trade. So I'm still on the back lines and on the sidelines looking what's going to happen. I bought a little bit BTC here. I'm going to see like, hey, I'm going to actually go up a little bit. But again, good buying opportunity. I'm thinking that we're going to stay in the 70 to 57K zone for a while. And then probably in August, we're going to start seeing more upside movements. But yeah, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think what will happen. On the Acquire side, let's go here. I'm happy to say that we have now over 80 members on Tier 5. We've been working nonstop on our new platform, which I'm going to say a little bit about later. And then on the crowdfunding part, we're still arguing and going back and forth with the Cyprus CISEC, which is Cyprus Financial Committee and so forth. It's been very hard. And now when the war is escalating, especially with Russia and Ukraine, the regulation is coming. For example, we need to start doing our own enriched KYC, which basically means that, hey, we have to know a little bit more about you yourself. And I see this happening in different exchanges, MAXC, Bitfinex, all of them. Everyone that has a VASP license, so virtual asset service provider license, will have to do this. And this is partly because of the war, and people don't want to move dark money or money related to the war. But anyway, I'm happy to see that, hey, we have 80 tier 5 members, and we have been growing constantly. I think last month we were 70, now we're 80, so the growth is there. We also have, of course, the secondaries. Last month was really a little bit slow. The valuations were too high, and we got no deals in. But anyway, on the listing side, we've been growing, and that's not going to stop. And I think this is a great value add that we can add to the projects. Overall, OTC market will grow, and I see the potential there. And about the new V2 platform that we've been working on, we're doing our final testing now this week, and probably next week we will start to show it to our lovely tier 5 members and then to the rest of the community. But yeah, stay tuned, and whatever other questions you guys have, I'm trying to now make more videos because it's one of my goals this year. So if you guys have any feedback on what you guys want to see, let me know. I'm happy to be here and guide you guys and answer any questions. Okay, so this week we're gonna have a pre-seed round of Paladin's DAO. Something that I wrote in the tier 5 chat, but I see this happening overall in the crypto market, is that it's much harder to get into pre-seed round and angel round as individual, and the VC is out there, they're just taking everything, and you as a normal people, it's very hard for you to get into this round that we are getting. And I always had the vision with my co-founder Harrison and with other people like Michael that, hey, like, this is the best opportunity to grow your wealth. It's also the most important thing for us getting new crypto users in this market. It's not really fair to only offer IDOs. I think it's very important that we get people around like pre-seed and angel round so they can actually understand, like, hey, how much does it take to actually build a project. But yeah, Paladin's DAO is basically DAO related to gaming, and the utility here is that you can actually stake and do different stuff inside of the different games. And yeah, it's been overall like very good. But yeah, I'm really happy that we can offer Paladin's DAO. It's our next P-seed, P-sell. And something that I see happening in the pre-markets and overall crypto markets is that you as an individual, it's very hard for you to get into these projects. It's very hard. And this is the coming trend. And this is what happened basically also with the equity rounds and Web2 rounds. Eventually, you as an angel investor, you can't really bring a lot of value. And this is something that I hate personally. I think it's very important for the crypto market that, hey, there are players like us that are offering these crypto pre-seed round and angel rounds to communities like Acquire.Fi has. It's also very good for the project because they're getting like normal users, they're getting normal people, and they get the feedback. Okay, so what is Paladin's DAO? Paladin's DAO is like Curve, where you can stake different tokens and get basically rewarded by playing games. They have very good community so far, and I mean, they're posting every day some new games, which is very interesting. And again, I see the gaming market to grow and grow. It's probably going to be the biggest market with AI and some infrastructure, but gaming overall, it's not going to go anywhere. And I think projects like Paladin's DAO is going to be performing really well. But yeah, we're offering this to tier 5 members and probably to the rest of the community, and that's going to start today. So stay tuned. And let's go next to the crypto funding side. So overall, like, I see us being really bullish still. I see people deploying. I see VCs deploying. We're also helping projects to raise funds. But I think overall, like if you look at last year, June and July, we saw a little dip. And usually June is the lowest month in fundraising. So here, I think there's still good opportunities in May that will come up. But in June and July, I think the investments will come to a halt. And also that will affect a little bit the market. But yeah, like we've been hitting almost 2 months in a row now, 1 billion, and maybe May is going to be the same. But I would say we're still on the 1 billion side, especially on the AI and gaming. We've seen a lot of fundraising happening. If you go a little bit down, you can see from here, it's basically blockchain services, uh, DeFi, GameFi, as I told you guys. And I think they had they don't have here, yeah, they have don't have here the AI play, but I think it's in the blockchain service side and the infrastructure side, which is again growing if you look month over month. But yeah, very interesting what's happening here. And like I said, like there's this topic about like, hey, what's gonna happen usually in May? There's a saying like sell in May and go away. And if you actually look at the graphs here or the statistics, like on the past years, like May has been very bad. But maybe this year it's going to be a little bit different because of the Halloween. But overall, my strategy here is again, if you go back to the BTC graph, we're going to be consolidating. And I think it's a great opportunity to buy. Nothing's going to really happen in May and June. July, we might see some uptick, but I don't have high hopes. If you go back to this graph again, you can see usually May and June every year almost. At least June is very bad. But then again, July, we had a little bit of recover in August, September. Actually, September has been very bad. And October, very good. But yeah, like at least from my side, I think May might be bad. We saw some uptick, but it's consolidating. Nothing major moves, and despite the halving, it usually takes 60 to 90 days before anything happens. So this year, let's see how July and August will be. Next one will be about Coinbase. And I don't know why people don't follow Coinbase that much, but it's actually very important for the ecosystem itself. And this shows still that we haven't really seen the retail come in. We have seen some, but I have kind of mixed feelings here because there's two things. There's one, the Fed is now talking about quantitative easing. And what's been happening before, we have been basically tightening the money flow and there's less money in the system. And we can actually start seeing this everywhere. The inflation is very high. Job markets are starting to crumble. AI is taking a lot of jobs, which means that the taxes and money that you are getting is just disappearing. And overall, like people don't have that much money to invest in. So I think here, despite the institutionals are leading, retail might come back once Fed starts printing again. And now when the market is very bad and we actually saw the job market to crumble, the Fed has no other choices to actually start printing money again. And that's usually when the bull market comes in back again. And that's also a good bull case for BTC and other risk assets. But yeah, overall, like, I don't know. I think it's been pretty good. Like if you compare the numbers here, like to 2021, $177 billion compared to this year, quarter one, which is only 56 billion. We had the COVID year, we had the money flow. In here, we don't really have the money flow anymore. But again, institutions are sitting with money still, and but there's still kind of big of a difference. So yeah, interesting to see what will happen. Another thing that I think is happening is this like meme movement. there's actually now VCs coming in that are only focusing on memes. And memes are basically like when I started BTC and let's say crypto, it was kind of like a meme culture. It was the most retarded people and the most smartest people that came together and started building on different blockchains and crypto. And this basically came from 4chan and from Reddit. And now we're actually starting to see this whole ecosystem to build up. And as Victor here is saying, the highest perp volumes are coming from memes. And this is kind of funny, but this is also very sad because I think the youth is seeing memes as lottery tickets. So despite you would have the best project out there, the best like valuation, the best tech and so forth, that doesn't matter that much anymore because the retail, first of all, they can't get into these angel and pre-seed rounds, which means that they can't make a lot of money. And second of all, like these infrastructure plays, AI plays, and overall, they are long-term plays. While memes can be very fast, you can also lose the money, but very fast, you can also make the money. And I think a word that I've been using is financial nihilism. And what it basically means is that the youth don't have anymore the long-term vision to build wealth because there's not a lot of wealth you can build. Like houses are so expensive, job market is not there anymore. It's very hard to get a job, and society overall has changed quite a lot. And I was watching here things about AI, and there was one good saying from the guys who built Llama 3, and it was, imagine having billions of people coming to the job market that are probably smarter than you, can work 24/7 and don't bitch and don't basically complain at all. That's basically AI. That's kind of scary, but that's also means good opportunities out there. Anyway, love to know what you guys think. I think we're going still into a consolidation phase, and you out there, you can still build wealth with BTC. Anyway, thanks for this video. Hope you guys stay safe and hope you guys follow and reshare this video. Thank you.